We are back live. This is day 3, APS Team Race National Championship. First race, race 107, is just getting started, and we're going to send it out to the course in just a minute here. This is going to be Yale in black versus Charleston in yellow, and we're just getting off the line.
And a crew change early. Breeze is on this morning, so Graham Landy steps away from Heather May, who's spectating to my left, and Eugenia Custo-Greg goes in with Graham Landy. And I believe he's got a tiller this morning as well.
All right, so here we go. Black and yellow just getting off the line. If we move to the left. There we go. We're just getting started this morning, so give us a second here and we'll get this race going for you. Wow, tough angle on the sun here today. Looking forward to that not happening. Looks like 2 yellow boats leading out to the left.
Yep, and that last yellow boat for Charleston, Mac May scored a Calibus at the boat end of the line. Looks like they're maybe a little bit behind, not winning on the right side. So yeah, really tough to see into this sun glare. It's probably easier to see live, fortunately for us. So here comes the first cross from the left. That I believe was Juan Magley and Seppi McAdams coming across from the left side for Charleston. Ben Spector and Ali Blumenthal attacking now. So let's see if the left is working early. Might be the case with that. The course is much closer in than it was yesterday, and the land is more of a factor. So land on the left side of the course might favor the left.
So as we watch this race, let's get everybody caught up on where we are in this regatta. The format was a round of 14 teams to begin racing 91 races. At the end of it, we still had a tie that had to be broken, but Navy squeaked through, overtaking Hobart William Smith and Boston College for the 8th spot at the following round, and that's where we are now. Now in race 107 overall. Only the top 8 are left. The bottom 6 have gone home. Yale leads with an overall record of 13-3. They're going to try to make that 14-3 right now. Brown is in second at 13-4. St. Mary's is third at 12-5. The Cougars 11-5, and Stanford 11-6. Georgetown is in 6th, tied with Roger Williams, and Navy rounds it out in 8th place with an overall record 8-9.
So everybody in that Charleston-Yale race on port tack now, probably about 3/4 of the way up the beat, coming to the mark. Really tough to see any angles here. It looks like Charleston sort of controlling the left side of the course, Yale controlling the right side.
So Zeke, I just got word we lost a cable that runs up to the camera.
Technical difficulties.
Well, we're okay. We're still live, but he can't hear us. So we're bringing him down, and he's going to keep shooting. So you notice the angle getting a little bit lower here.
Down goes the scissor lift.
So just bear with us. We're going to hand up his communication cables, and then we'll get him back up there. This is live production. That's impressive camera work, though.
It actually is incredibly impressive. As they come into the top mark, it looks like Charleston's going to have a 1. Do they have the 2? Yes, they do, but it looks like, and they'll probably have an ace. We see that last Charleston boat coming in on the port ley line, last Yale boat coming in on the starboard ley line, and Charleston's got a boat spinning. So it's going to be a 1-3 something for Charleston. 1-3-5 it looks like for Charleston, and 2 boats tacking together there. Don't know if there's a penalty situation at the weather mark between the last 2 boats. Doesn't look like it, so it's actually a 1-3-6 at the moment for Charleston.
They're sending him back up.
And Yale gets to work quickly around Mark 2. Now a 1-4-6 for Charleston as the last Yale boat comes screaming by, and it might. Yale looks to be trying to go play 2, and they have already. So it's a quick transition there on that top reach leg. Nice job by Yale, being decisive, converting quickly into a play 2. So Charleston chases with a 1-5-6 down the first run. Meanwhile, on the starting line,
This is going to be yeah, Georgetown in blue and Navy in red for race 108.
And another change, Mary Hall sailing at the end of the day for Navy. She's back out. So we've got Devin Laviano with Lane Morrison, Taylor Van with Alex Asuncion, and Mike Grove with Jocelyn Knudsen, I'm told is the correct pronunciation of that name. And another crew, or excuse me, a change for Georgetown. Alex Post has come out, and Sean Golden goes in to sail with Katia De Silva at the moment.
So I'm not sure if our cameraman has his communications set up just yet. He's still following Yale and Charleston, but in a second we'll pan over to the red and blue boats and get you caught up with Georgetown versus Navy. And there they are. This is race 108, Georgetown versus Navy.
So I just heard a whistle. It sounded like it came from the bottom of the downwind leg where the black and yellow boats are racing Yale and Charleston as they come into Mark 3. Don't see anybody spinning, so maybe it was a green flag. Charleston's got threats now on the outside and inside, trying to convert into a play 4.
Another whistle. I can't identify
and
where it's coming
a Yale boat spinning now, it looks like. So Charleston, Juan Magley, and Seppi McAdams can hang on to the 1 there. Charleston has a good play 4 opportunity.
Another whistle. They just keep coming. Well, if you watched yesterday, you can see this is a much different situation. The breeze over 10 knots, probably up to, what would you say, 14 knots or so out there.
Yep.
Beautiful racing conditions, especially for the fans.
And we see here the classic 1-4-5 versus 2-3-6 setting up. Mac Mason, Corey DeCalabas. Looks like they're trying to gap the 6. I believe that's Chris Segerblum for, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that is Chris Segerblum for Yale in the 6.
Well, Zeke, let's take a quick check upwind and see. It looks like the red and blue boats have started to make it around that top mark. Once again, this is Georgetown in blue, Navy in red. And around Mark 2, it looks like it's going to be a Georgetown followed by a Navy followed by a Georgetown.
Yeah, it looks like
no, in fact, it's Navy with a 2-3-4,
yeah,
isn't it?
I think Georgetown's got the 5-6 there.
Wow, a deep 5-6. So Navy got wheels upwind in that heavy stuff. All right, well, we can turn back to Yale and Charleston then. The black and yellow now on their final upwind leg to the finish. In the foreground, we have the next race preparing. We'll get to those guys in just a few minutes.
And looks pretty tight. We saw that lee bow by a Charleston boat heading back out to the right, and can this boat cross from the left? Doesn't look like it. So really tough to tell from this angle. It seems as though Charleston at the moment has 2 pairs. It's really hard to see who's advantaged and what combination they might be in. As we see now a Charleston boat coming for a pin. Yale escaping in the middle, so kind of a drag race, all boats on starboard now.
Charleston racing out to that left side.
And a totally different day than yesterday. Speed so important in this big breeze compared to the light, choppy stuff yesterday.
Well, at least one of the boats is tacking back now. We're going to get to see where they cross. Let's punch in and follow that boat coming back to the right. Got one still going out left, one coming back, and they're going to tack clear ahead. So it looks like those two boats on the left for Charleston pretty well advantaged.
Yeah, Charleston and just crossed the biggest threat to the left by Yale, so Charleston looks to be controlling that left side. Now we see a jib ragging. If we pan left, we'll see the furthest left pair coming back. Charleston in first, looks like, and ragging. So it looks like Charleston might be thinking play one right now with their pairs on the left as they approach the finish line.
All right, let's take a look at the whole fleet now. As they approach that finish, we got Charleston crossing. No, that was behind, wasn't he?
I think he crossed him. Looks like Yale's got a 6 that we can count on, and
yes,
that was from the left.
That was ahead, and ahead on the right, and this is going to be a 1-2.
Looks like almost even a.
No,
oh, he goes behind.
Yeah, we've got it all wrong here. So Yale does have the 1. Boy, the depth perception here is tough, but we'll get there. It's Charleston
and
with a 2-3-4.
4 for Charleston. Sweet.
All right, so there you go, Zeke. Your Cougars getting it done in that first race, taking another win off of Yale. Meanwhile, we've got Georgetown in blue, Navy in red on their final beat to the finish. Last time we saw them, it was Navy with a 2-3-4. Georgetown in a fairly deep 6.
And it's Georgetown in blue, Navy in red. Looks like still have a pretty deep 5-6 for Georgetown. Navy doing a nice job covering all sides.
And coming up next, or on the course now, I should say, race 109, Brown is in
orange,
and St. Mary's in green. Brown is in green, St. Mary's in orange. So I have to explain, we have a rotation sheet that's color-coded, but the sprinklers got to it last night, and all the colors have run into what looks like a melted pack of Skittles. But luckily our graphics on screen should be correct. So Brown, the green boats, it looks like St. Mary's controlling that right side. I see 2 orange boats all the way to the right coming back. Brown may have the lead boat up the middle. No, I think the pair on the left is actually further ahead.
And some action happening now on the last beat of the Georgetown Navy race. Just saw a big dip down. I'm not sure if it was a circle, but it was Navy coming down. So maybe they were just flattening out their play too. It looks like they still have it going. Actually a cross there for Navy.
So we're back on race 108 now.
So we've got sort of a split happening here on this last beat for Navy and Georgetown. A 2-on-1 for Georgetown on the right side and a 2-on-1 for Navy on the left side. So any big shift on this course and it could change everything pretty quickly, but still looks like pretty deep 5-6 for Georgetown. Just a really spread out play 2 for Navy. As that right threesome now tacks back and comes across. And don't see any balancing by that right Navy boat, so you would think that they're still pretty content with their play too.
Yeah, now the two sides coming together.
And a duck.
Yeah,
And
that
a duck.
Navy boat's behind, so they do not have a 234. They've got what looks to be a 236.
It does look to be a 236, but I don't see any. There's a jib ragging now on the left side for Navy.
I think that pair must have gotten advanced, and so the pair on the right wasn't.
Oh, and actually that
Oh,
boat
that
was
boat's
behind.
That's why they weren't slowing.
Yeah.
So Georgetown really stepping it up on this last couple of legs.
And they're going to cross with certainly a 1 and
Yeah, looks
not
like
a 6. So
looks like a 1-3, 1-3-4.
yeah. Wow. Boy, that was tough to read.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping our
Maybe
perspective
we'll just
gets
shut up
better.
and let you guys just figure it out. Might be easier for you. So there's
GPS tracking. That's what we need.
a win for Georgetown over Navy. And now we can go back to race 109, which is Brown in green, St. Mary's in orange. Looks like Brown is smoking them. Although, is that a red flag I just saw? Yeah, I think it is. So it looks like a boat spinning for St. Mary's. Boat's in orange doing a circle there. And it looks like St. Mary's trying to go play 4 as you see that furthest. So St. Mary's, the orange boats certainly have the 1. They had that boat spinning, so they may have a 1-6 right now. And Brown trying to go play 2 down this run. Looks like they are. But I'm not sure that. Whoops, we pan back to the right a little bit. I'm not sure that furthest screen right St. Mary's boat has a piece. So a little bit of switching going on here for Brown. We saw them so good yesterday converting into this play 2 and looks to be pretty solid now. If this screen left green boat can stay ahead of that orange boat and not get vulnerable. As you see now, a Brown boat in the middle sailing over to that pair to be the backup. And a nice job. So Brown, again, doing an excellent job trying to convert on this downwind into a play 2. So difficult to handle your boat and set up a pass back in this breeze. And that's St. Mary's boat 9. I think that's John Wallace is doing a pretty good job hanging in here. And there you see getting a piece of that last Brown boat. So some good team racing going on this run. Chris?
Sure is, Zeke. You know, for anybody but the best of the best, today would really be a fleet racing day. It would be about being faster than the other team and better in breeze. But at this level, everyone can handle it. Everyone is fast in this breeze. And you see just as many team racing maneuvers today as you would on a day like yesterday where it was pretty light.
And seems to be now shaping up for a play 4 opportunity for the Seahawks. This furthest screen left pair could be the 5-6. As you see now, the 4 for St. Mary's trying to push thing to the outside, push around the course, and boat 1, I think that's Josh Greenslade for St. Mary's.
All right, it's on now. Look at that first place boat luffing at the mark. The whole fleet's going to get there together. Everybody just trying to play back.
And there goes the 1 for St. Mary's doing the right thing, getting around, holding on to the 1, and looks like
1-2?
executed a pass back. So 1-2, assuming there's no flags.
Well, that was quick and effective.
Sure was.
St. Mary's makes it look painless, slipping right into 1-2, and they got the ace still.
Yep, John Wallace doing a nice job there. That 5 spot for St. Mary's, putting a little bit of a gap in.
Green flag.
Green flag. So 1-2 now for St. Mary's, going up the last beat. As that first Brown boat tacks out, first St. Mary's goes to cover.
Boy, it's getting choppy out there.
Yeah, it really is. Now, if I'm John Wallace, I'm just thinking, as he does there, stay close, cover, and start gapping, because such big shifts on this beat. He just needs to, you know, let one of his teammates stay in the one, and if he can keep that gap in there, things change so quickly at the top that you might have to have a play 4 opportunity. And you see him now rolling over the top, starting to slow down that last brown boat.
Meanwhile, the other 2 brown boats trying to spread it out here. They got one boat still going left after the mark, another one just tacked, but St. Mary's tacking to cover.
So a nice loose cover set up there. It's kind of a tough call because typically the play is to kind of herd your opponents to the outside so that you can balance back. But we talked yesterday about how many teams could get to the outside and get a shift and get advantage. So it might be a tighter covering kind of a day today.
And there's a look at John Wallace with the tight cover on the last place boat, the ace in the hole.
I think that's Colin Smith, that last boat for Brown. I can't quite tell.
And Smith tacking out there. Well, they still got the corners covered as we see the second brown boat double tacking to get out of that cover, and St. Mary's is going to keep going with them. They're not ready to go for the finish yet. They just need to keep covering those corners. Let's pull back and see how the other pair is doing all the way on the other side as well. St. Mary's looks to be pretty well in control of that one.
And we see them
a
ragging
now,
so we think maybe the right's coming in, and you see how they've set up perfectly, balancing back towards the middle, towards their teammate. And now that left boat for St. Mary's just trying to edge over there and stay close. So problems could arise here if you're St. Mary's, and we see a big lefty now. As we were just talking before, they let them sort of breathe out to the edge there, to that left side, since they needed help on the right. And now they're just hoping that the opposite doesn't happen. They see a big lefty, as now Brown is the furthest left on the course. And so important to keep that one, as you see John Wallace doing still a great job keeping that ace in the hole pretty gapped out behind the other foursome. And there is a bit of a lefty on the course. If we kind of zoom in to those 4 boats on the left side of the course going up, you can see the furthest left boat for Brown starting to wind up. Boat on the right for Brown tacks. St. Mary's leading back both. So now we'll see if, I think this is Josh Greenslade still on starboard here for St. Mary's, if he can cross this furthest left Brown boat. And he must be, as the right. Oh, and he's
not crossing. So St. Mary's has lost the left.
And you see on the right side now quickly going into play 2, attempting to go play 2 as they're reaching back down to that last pair where John Wallace has put that gap in. And you see how quickly the gap goes away.
Did you see that tack from Brown? They came out of it, heeled way over to windward. I thought at first that they were trying to avoid a collision, but I think it was just a puff.
So St. Mary's in orange trying to execute this pass back and put these 2 green boats in the 5-6. And there you see now that'll be the 1 for Brown now going downwind. And now, that's an interesting version of a dial down and pretty effective.
Jibing into that cover. That was pretty nice. That was Tyler Rice, I think.
So if he's now pinning, I think that they're on the lay line, I have to imagine.
Let's get in closer to that finish line. Maybe we can see as they approach. St. Mary's still working hard to slow that Brown boat.
And I think St. Mary's going to get a 1-2.
St. Mary's is going to take the 1 and the 2.
Yeah. So desperation move there by the 1 for Brown. We think that was Tyler Rice coming back and jibing.
Just not enough runway left before the finish.
Right.
And so St. Mary's does take that win. Brown, another loss.
So really nice job there by St. Mary's executing on the run, transferring into that play 2, and then going play 4, then going play 1, back to play 2, and back to play 1 at the finish. So see that with St. Mary's all the time, so well coached and able to execute every play in the book.
They look good. They look really good yesterday, and now with the big breeze, they almost look even better. Well, we didn't have a chance to say hi this morning. We had to jump right into it with the race starting off, but we have just a short break. My name is Chris Love from Chris Love Productions, and this is the 2013 College Sailing APS Team Race National Championship presented by Laser Performance. With me here, I've got Zeke Horowitz, last year's national champion, on the microphone.
And I'm happy to be here. This is so fun. This is the day. It's the day we've all been waiting for. It's the best day of the year.
It really is. We've got, let's see, we're coming up on race 110. We've got 10 more races left in this round. At that point, we'll send it to the final 4, which should be with no delay. Just beautiful breeze this morning. If you've been watching these races, you know it's already up somewhere in the 12 to 16 range. I think these puffs probably closer to 20.
Yeah, and we're going to have, I mean, the way it's going to shape up going into this Final Four is going to be super tight. There's no team that's really launched themselves ahead of anybody else, so it's still anybody's event here.